So India wrap up the third ODI. They take the series 3-0. It is time for some takeaways, not just from this game, but also this series. Let's start with Shubman Gill, shall we? At the back of his maiden ODI 100, Gill continues to look the part, and how in this format. His innings in this match, striking at over 130 when no one else in the top 5 came close to going at a run a ball, just shows the level at which his game is at the moment in this format. While we've seen him play this dynamic opener's role in the West Indies with great success, comfortably outstriking Shikhar Dhawan, today's innings would please the team management even more, where Gill had to walk out at the 15-over mark and played the quintessential ODI number 3 knock, scoring at ease from the get-go and finding boundaries at will with the field spread, almost Kohli-esque. At a time when everyone's focus seems to be on the T20 World Cup, India might well have sounded out a mission for 2023 with Gill as a big part of it. He was preferred as opener in the West Indies ahead of Rituraj Gaikwad and Ishan Kishan. He continued to open in the first game in Zimbabwe in spite of KL Rahul's return and has come out with flying colours when made to bat at number 3. Tougher assignments than the West Indies and Zimbabwe will surely come his way, but unlike some of his contemporaries, Gill's ability to adapt to the gears and the ebbs and flows of the ODI game seems to be without a doubt now. Good luck ruling him out of the 11 even when Rohit, Kohli and Surya are back in ODI contention. This might well be the format that Shubman Gill is made for. Next up, Axar Patel, whose stock continues to rise in ODI cricket after ably deputising for Ravindra Jadeja in the West Indies and winning a match off his own bat at Port of Spain. Axar has now put in 3 highly efficient bowling performances against Zimbabwe, ending up as the leading wicket taker in this series. Now, while it may not have been the most challenging batting lineup, Axar did seem to pose more questions of the opposition than even Kuldeep Yadav, something which again bodes well for India that a player of Akshar's ability continues to make the most of his chances. Who is to say that come the World Cup at home in just over a year's time, where spin could play a huge part like it did in 2011, that India wouldn't find room for the likes of Jadeja, Axar and Yuzvendra Chahal in the same 11, if everyone's fit and firing. Akshar's more than steady progress as an ODI player is certainly keeping that thought alive. And finally, KL Rahul. India would have ideally hoped that by belatedly adding Rahul to the Zimbabwe squad, that a softer return to international cricket after a lengthy layoff due to injury and surgery would better give him the chance to hit the ground running. As it turns out, 2 innings of 1 of 5 and 30 of 46 do tell us that Rahul is still a bit rusty. Now, in spite of that, there can be little doubt, given his ability and track record, that KL will certainly walk out to open the innings in India's Asia Cup opening encounter against Pakistan on August 28. What both the team and Rahul would be hoping for is that even this little time spent out in the middle against Zimbabwe, in spite of not yielding the runs, would have eased his return in some way or another. But it is a box that remains unchecked, though not one which would be a very real concern for India at the moment.